My month has already passed. Wow. I've just done my pre-flight checks. Oh, those are my favorite. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to a new vlog. It is currently 4:30 in the morning. I set my alarm for 4 because we have a 5:50 a.m. sign on. I just woke up, had a shower, gotten dressed a little bit. I'm gonna go downstairs and make a super strong coffee, and then I'll come back and put my face on, sort my hair out, tell you more about today. Today we're flying from Harare to Johannesburg to Vic Falls, back to Johannesburg, and then back to Harare. And each flight is about an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45 minutes long. So it's a bit of a longer day, especially flying into Joburg, because I feel like the traffic when you're landing in Joburg and the traffic when you're taxiing out of Joburg and leaving Joburg is a lot worse, because obviously Joburg is such a big airport. Here in Africa, our sign-on isn't until 6:10, and then we should be taking off with the first flight at 7:10. So hopefully we're done early-ish in the day. And by early-ish, I mean like 4 p.m. As much as this flying has been so much fun, I've got to say sometimes there are days where I miss doing just a Durban and back and being done by like 11 a.m. Oh, those are my favorite. When I used to fly at Mango, there was some days where there were some flights where if you got that pairing, you were just not giving it to anybody come hell or high water, because there was nothing more perfect than having a 5 a.m. sign-on, flying to Durban and back, and being done before 11 a.m. in the morning, and just still having the entire day to yourself. Passenger figures today seem pretty high. My plane seats 37, and it looks like I'm gonna have 37 passengers on 3 out of the 4 legs. It's gonna be 37, 37, and then on the third leg 33, then on the last leg 37 again. Sometimes these figures change though. I don't know, maybe like people don't make it to check-in, or people get removed from a flight. But yeah, it's funny because I'm sure people who fly for like larger airlines or fly on larger aircraft are probably thinking, oh, 37, that's nothing. That's nothing for you to have on your flight. But my plane, when it's full, at full capacity, it's 37 passengers. So it does keep me busy. It really does, just because there's so much I have to do on board by myself. And the reason that I fly by myself is because it's just standard ops that if you have less than 50 passengers on a plane, or less than 50 seats on a plane, then you only need 1 cabin crew member. I can hear my first officer's alarm go off. It is 5 a.m. now. Isn't it so amazing that girls have to wake up like 2 hours before leaving, because we have to put our face on, we have to get ready, it takes us so much longer, and this guy's alarm is ringing 50 minutes before we have to leave. So he's just gonna jump in the shower, chuck on some uniform, and call it a day, and he's ready to go. And he'll probably be downstairs before me. Look at that sunrise. Yeah, that's what we get for starting work at, what, 5 a.m? Okay, passenger figures haven't changed. I'm gonna quickly make my pilots some coffee while we wait for the refueling to be done, and then we'll start boarding. It's crazy being here, and I'll be home in just a few days. But I still can't get off the plane. I can't go home. I can't do any of the things I want to do. Just gotta turn around, go right back. The documentation today writes my name, my first name first, which is Nobupiwe. And it's so nice because it's only written my first name and my surname, and people are calling me Nobupiwe, like the ground staff are addressing me as Nobupiwe instead of Andy, and it's actually quite nice hearing my name like that because I love my first name. We're back in Joburg. Only need to leave at 3 and we've already been here for about half an hour. We've literally just been waiting for refueling and everything. Because we're early, all the other ground services are a little bit delayed. But we're almost done refueling and then we can call for boarding and then we'll be on our way back to Harare. Last leg, we can do this. I genuinely feel as though the sky is showing off today because that sunrise was insane, and then look at the sunset. You can tell that it's just going to be incredible. So I want to go sit outside in a little bit and catch the last bit of that. But first things first, I have to remove my makeup because today has been quite the day. I can't remember whether I updated you guys or not throughout the day, but nothing super significant happened today. It was just really busy days and really full flights, but somehow we were still really on time. I think this last flight from Joburg we landed 20 minutes early, which is amazing. And we had 32 passengers on this last flight. 3 of them were positioning crew, a captain, first officer and flight attendant, and we were chatting to them a little bit because they were literally in my first row. And it's always funny having to do the demo in front of other crew. Not that they even criticize, I feel like crew do a really good job of avoiding eye contact at all costs when they're on a flight with another crew member, so as not to seem like, you know, I don't know what we do. I think we think it makes the other crew member a bit more comfortable if we're not like watching them, especially because you're a crew as well, you're in uniform as well, so it can come off like you're, you know, sussing each other out. So these guys were great. So the captain was like, okay, I'm gonna nod off and take a nap right now. And then the other 2 were just like, ooh. You know, just looking everywhere except at me, which I actually like. I like that they avoided eye contact with me. It made me less nervous, but it was a really good flight with them. The whole day was overall quite pleasant. There was nothing that stuck out to me in a negative way, but the passengers were great. One of the passengers asked to take a selfie with me because he was like, oh my gosh, you're so great. So of course I was like, yes, I'll take a selfie. Good day. I think we've got some leftover braai meat that I'm probably just gonna heat up and have for dinner. I really want to make some prawn pasta one of these days because the end of my tour here is coming up very soon. So I want to use that up and cook some creamy prawn pasta or something delicious. Yeah, it's not going to be tonight. I'm very tired tonight because of the early morning I've had. Leftovers is just the perfect meal for me tonight. But I think tomorrow I will try to make some prawn pasta and I will show you guys when I do make. Today is actually my last full day here in Zim, which is insane how quickly the time has flown by. Friday today, and I go home tomorrow. But first I need to operate flights today, so we're doing a 4-leg, I think, where it is going to be my last Victoria Falls, Kruger, Victoria Falls back to Harare 4-leg. The last few days I didn't have to do those flights. I was doing like double Joburg and Victoria Falls Joburg 4 legs, so just different flights altogether, which were really good for me because I got a little, I want to say, bored of the Vic Falls Kruger 4-leg. It was just like the same thing over and over again, and I kind of just it's been nice to have this little bit of a change. And today is the last day that I have to do the Vic Falls Kruger. Tomorrow I'm not too sure what exactly I'm doing, but I am operating, I think, the first 3 flights where I end up in Joburg, and then I get off and I get to go home, and then the other cabin crew member gets on, operates back here to Harare, and then she starts her month here in Harare. I just can't wait to get back into the swing of things, you know? It's been a minute, but at the same time I know I am actually gonna miss it here because I have had the best time. My first officer is such a vibe. We have gotten on like a house on fire, and yeah, hopefully when I come back he will still be here because he's actually on a 2-month tour here, whereas I was only here for a month. It is 6:45. Our pickup is at 7:15, and hopefully we can get out of Harare early, possibly. What did the loads look like? I did check my loads last night before I went to bed, and it looked like this whole week I've had such busy and full flights, so I was glad to see that today's loads don't look so bad. Today's loads looks like, yeah, it looks like the first flight should be full. We're expecting a full flight on the first one. And then going from Vic Falls to Kruger, it should be 15 passengers. From Kruger back to Vic Falls, 27, and then 27 on the last leg, which is actually a good amount of passengers, I feel like. I woke up this morning and I just got my first 1,000 TikTok followers, which is so funny to me because I'm sure other people are used to being already at like 5,000 TikTok followers, but I didn't really take TikToks very seriously. I've just been doing day in my life mini vlogs and those seem to be doing well, so I got my first 1,000 TikTok followers and it's so exciting. I think it's just been a little bit easier for me to create TikTok content lately than having to edit a whole full vlog or anything like that. There's the final look. I braided my hair a little bit last night so it would come out with this texture. I think it looks so cute. And I'm wearing my pants uniform today. Gotta do the red lip, mostly because it makes my teeth look whiter. Does anybody else think the same thing? I honestly believe that wearing red lipstick makes your teeth look whiter and your smile look better. And then I'm wearing this C by Giorgio Armani. I wonder if I'm like in denial about leaving because I haven't even started packing yet. I'm gonna have to do that tonight when we come back. But anyway, first things first, let's go to work. Cleaners are done. We are in Victoria Falls. I have not spoken to you guys all day, but it's been busy. We just brought 15 passengers to Kruger and we're about to take 27 back to Victoria Falls now. I've just called for boarding though, so I don't even have time to tell you guys about my day yet. I'll chat to you as soon as I have a free moment. Back in Vic Falls, the weather is great, but these clouds made it a very turbulent descent. We have made it all the way back to Harare now. The flights were overall really good. There was a passenger on the last one when we landed in Vic Falls. Him and his son were right in the last row. And his son must have been about 10 or 12 or something. They were the last two passengers to get off and he pretty much left his son like in the dust, and his son was still at about row 13 or something. And I was like, "You're leaving your son?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, that's fine, you can keep him." And he's this American guy and he was really nice. And so I turned to the son, who's now probably at like row 10, and I go, "So your dad says I can keep you?" And then this kid goes, "Okay," and he just sits down. But they were both really so nice, but it was so funny. I was like, okay, well, I mean, if you want to stay, that's cool.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Saturday. I can't believe it's already my last day here. I was downstairs watching the sunrise this morning, making myself a cup of coffee and just taking it easy. I woke up really super early this morning and I've already packed my big bag. I already literally took it downstairs. That's just my cabin bag on my bed. And yeah, I can't believe my month has already passed. Wow, the people here have been incredible. I'm actually not sure what the first 3 legs are that I'm flying today, but I know that on the 3rd leg I end up in Joburg, and that's where I get off the plane and I go home, and the other cabin crew member gets on the plane, takes over from me, and she operates back to Harare and starts her month here. Hopefully it is a good day nonetheless. I have about half an hour before pickup, so I'm gonna quickly do some light makeup while I chat to Keegan on the phone, and I will see you guys later.
Hello?
Morning. Did I wake you up?
Yeah.
I've just done my pre-flight checks Everything looks good. So it seems like I'm going to be operating the first 4 flights. We'll be going from Harare to Joburg now. Joburg to Victoria Falls. When we get to Victoria Falls, we fly back to Harare. And then I think my pilots are actually going to switch over. And then I'll get another set of pilots. And I'll continue from Harare down to Joburg. And then when I get down to Joburg, the other cabin crew will get on. And they'll continue the flight and come back to Harare tonight. But luckily when we do come back to Harare, we've got about a 2-hour turn. So I left my big bag in the office here, and then I'll have time to quickly run inside the airport, get it, and then take it home. Because I was worried about what I'm going to do with my luggage all day if I'm operating all these flights, but yeah, should be fine.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. Doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart will show.
Just got to Joburg, guys. The first leg was good. We had 36 passengers. We parked next to this airport on an ATR, and I'm getting so sad, but also just so grateful, you know, but still so nostalgic seeing an ATR now. We just landed in Vic Falls. I've been on that exact Ethiopian plane. It's called the Addis Ababa. It's a beautiful day though. Cleaners just got off, so I'm doing a quick security check. And I'm waiting for somebody to come and service my lav because, I don't know, it wasn't working properly throughout the flight. Which is not great because we've only got one. But we had 33 passengers that we just brought to Victoria Falls. They were basically made up of 2 tour groups. Most of them were from the US. A few of the people were from France, I think it was. And their tours had started either in Joburg or in Cape Town. So I'm just having a really good day so far. I actually have no idea how many passengers we're expecting for the next flight, but we're about to go from Vic Falls to Harare. So that should be a very quick flight. Oh, my lab service is here, thank goodness. I guess my toilet is getting sorted, and then I will be ready for boarding, going to Harare. So we're halfway done with the day. We've just got 2 more flights and then we're home. Our crew meals are always 3 different options. We either get vegetarian, beef or chicken. And I really like the vegetarian. It's like a really nice creamy pasta, but today I got the chicken. My first officer took the vegetarian and the beef actually because my captain didn't want any food. He brought himself some food. So this is what the chicken looks like. It's actually really good. It's like brown rice with veg and this chicken situation. So I'm probably gonna try to get stuck in. And it comes with this little chocolate mousse for dessert. Alright guys, I've been on the ground. We landed at about 2:15 just now, and I went through the airport, got my big bag, got my passport stamped to leave Zimbabwe, and yeah, now I'm on the plane with my new set of pilots, and now we're waiting to board. The last flight was really good. I had 30, 33, 31, I can't remember if I told you guys about my last flight. I think I had 30, I can't remember how many people I had, but it was a good amount of people. They were all lovely. No complaints from me.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign.